Hello, what's your age?
I'm 18.
All right, what year were you born?
I was born 2005.
All right, what's your name?
My name PJ.
All right, PJ, what do you lose by calling trans women women?
You don't necessarily lose nothing, but it's like why do everybody have to fall in delusion? I mean, it's like the same thing. You could tell somebody to call you something that don't necessarily mean they have to call you that. Meaning you trying to force it for us to believe what you believe, and that the world don't work like that.
I don't think, first of all, I don't think anyone's going to force you, right? You're not being forced. You're not being like held at gunpoint to do it. I would say you don't lose anything by not doing it. What would be the point of not doing it? Like if you're not going to lose anything.
Okay. This is what I mean by force. I'm meaning like, say for instance, right? I'm big on everybody living their own life. That mean, everybody sin every single day. Whatever you do is what you're gonna be held accountable of when you die. Okay. So the thing is, when you misgender somebody, or you don't like fall into the point of, okay, I'm gonna call this person a woman,
Just thinking about moving into
and
that.
and when you do that, they'll get angry about that. And I mean, you've seen it plenty of times of that happening, and it's just like it's really unnecessary, to be
Well,
honest
wait,
with you.
wouldn't you be angry if like let's say for your whole life people called you a woman? When you know you're a man, wouldn't that frustrate you
No, I wouldn't care.
if it happened
Well,
all
okay,
your
it's like
life?
this. It's like this. Why would you care about something if you know for a fact? But if somebody keep telling you something that is not, clearly is not. So it's like saying this. Why would I call somebody a woman that is not a woman?
Well, what is a
That don't
woman
even
to
make
you?
sense. A woman with ovaries. XX chromosomes. That's what is a woman.
Okay, which of these things is necessary to be a woman? Ovaries or XX chromosomes? Because there are women born with XX chromosomes who don't have ovaries. So
Oh well,
which of these is the
okay.
necessary
Hold
thing?
on, hold on. We could go by the we could just go by the
Okay.
chromosomes.
So in order to be a woman, you have to have XX chromosomes, and any
Yeah.
differentiation from that, you would no longer be a
Mhm.
woman.
Mhm.
Okay. If you have, do you know what mosaicism is?
No.
Okay, so mosaicism is a genetic thing that happens in all sexually dimorphic species. So, because we are a sexually dimorphic species, it happens in us as well, where we can have half of our body having XX chromosomes and half having XY. So, what percentage of the cells in your body need to have XX chromosomes for you to be considered a woman? If I have
Uh,
25% XY chromosomes, am I a woman or a man?
okay, hold on. Okay, I get what you're trying to say, but I mean, if you want to look at a very simple standpoint, that if you want to go by science, um, women have XX. No matter what the percentage is, it's XX. That's all.
Wait,
Men, XY.
some women have XY. Like some
Where?
cisgender women have cells in their body with XY chromosomes. That's what mosaicism is.
Well, citizen.
Hmm.
I gotta
And
research that.
if you have true mosaicism, then you have a 50-50 split. Half of your cells are XX, half of your cells are XY.
You said what?
If you have what's called true mosaicism, half of your
Mm-hmm.
cells have XX chromosomes and half have XY chromosomes.
I never heard that before. I gotta kind of do research on that part.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now the bigger thing here is what you're describing by chromosomes is you're describing our biological sex. You're not describing our gender. These would be two different things, right?
Oh,
What our sex
yeah,
and gender are separate.
which is true. But you said, what do you lose by calling a trans woman a woman? Which what you calling somebody a woman is you really saying that they are a biological woman. That's just what you're referring to. You understand that, right?
Well,
So you're
no,
trying
because
to you're trying to
biological
no
women
no
don't
wait
exist.
wait wait Wait, hold on. Wait. I was listening. I was trying to understand, but that do not make sense.
Yeah, so when we say woman is a gender term. So woman specifically corresponds to our gender and our gender identity. Sex is the biological aspect. And the only categories we have for sex are male, female, and intersex. Woman and
Hmm.
man are not sex categories. They don't have anything to do with our biology. They are distinctly separate from that, especially on like a sociological, neurological, and biological level, right? That's why you typically don't even see mention of gender in books on like our sexual dimorphic biology. They typically don't even
Okay.
mention gender because it has nothing to do with it, right? So when you say chromosomes, that is specifically regarding your genotypic sexual makeup. So your genotypic sex is your chromosomal makeup. Now,
Oh,
if you want to say somebody is biologically woman, the only way that that can be is if you're just saying, well, they're a human, so they have biology and they're a woman, right? But it's not that there's any woman biology.
okay. As far as that, we should already know that everything was given a name, correct?
Everything was
As like
given a name. Sure,
as a doc-
the human language, specifically English, is a descriptive, not prescriptive language. So yes, everything was given a name.
Okay, so of course, so everything, even a computer was given a name, even though it's like everything got has given a name and it got a purpose behind the name. So as far as being a biological woman, well, technically, if you want to go by the simple terms, 'cause I guess I know everybody gonna say about it, you be a biological female, which you was born with. Hold on, I know it was a uterus, ovaries. Because I mean, if you want to be honest, we all, I mean, if you want to be honest, a trans woman shouldn't be born with a penis if it was a woman. It don't make sense. Yes, you gotta have the ability to transition. I mean, that's your choice, of course. But
I
don't
don't
say that
understand what
you're a
you're.
woman.
Can you try to rephrase? I don't understand what you're trying to
Okay,
put
so
across.
basically, so what you were saying was. So you were saying that well, when I was saying is that everything was given a name. So
Sure.
by these standards, that you could still see from a clear view what a woman is and what a man is. They go. I mean, you could see it by birth what a female and a male is based off their
Well,
sex change.
wait. I agree with you that we can see some phenotypic representation of what females and males are, because typically females
Hmm.
express themselves with female reproductive systems and genitals, and males express themselves with male reproductive systems and genitals.
Hmm.
However, and gender identity are corresponded to our brain. You physically can't see gender identity. You can see parts
Exactly.
of the brain that light up when you have like gender euphoria, and you can see
Hmm.
parts of the brain that light up when you have gender dysphoria, but you cannot see a gender identity. That's not something visible to you. So to say that we know their gender by some phenotypic expression would, I don't feel like would hold up. We can
Uh,
typically guess their sex because, as like you said and like I said, those things are typically expressed through some sort of phenotypical body part.
oh yes, okay. So I mean, what you trying to say? Even though identity is different, your sex is still considered is intertwined with your gender. So meaning
Wait, yes, sex and gender are connected,
exactly.
absolutely, absolutely, but they aren't the same thing. But they are 100% connected. That's
Okay.
why when it comes to being cis, like I'm a cis man and I believe you are a cis man, right? Our sex and gender align with each
So
other. Like
what
they're
is this? What is a cis man?
cis means
I
that
thought we just heterosexual man. We just straight.
no,
That's it.
heterosexual means what we're attracted to. Cisgender means that your gender identity and your sexual your sex are in alignment. They work together, they're aligned, they're the same thing. Transgender means that your gender identity and your sex are in disalignment. So they don't align with each other. So where me and you, our gender and sex do this, their genders and sex do this, right?
Hmm.
It's just if you're not trans, you're cis. They're just the opposite sides of the coin.
Okay. I don't know why it was to that point that we had to make extra words for that.
Cis isn't a
That's
new
kind of
word. The word cis has existed for thousands of years. It's just if you're not if you're not a neuroscientist or a sociologist or a biologist, previously you had no reason to use the word. But now that trans people are becoming more prevalent in society and we are becoming more
Mhm.
accepting of them, we do need a term to differentiate trans women from cis women, right? They are both women because both of their gender identities align with the female sex, but they're two different types of women. Just like we need a word to differentiate tall women from short women, or we need a word to differentiate blonde women from brunette women. These are just descriptive words, they're adjectives.
But I mean, as far, but that's like belittling women, biological women. I don't know why we can't. I don't know why we keep going based off this, man. It's like it's not that hard to understand that, like women were, well, not women, because they're gonna keep. I know somebody gonna tell me about it. Females and males were born with different reproductive systems, with our
Correct.
reproductive organs, right? And that's what we were assigned. So okay, that's like I said, we when we
Well,
grew up.
I wouldn't say our sex is assigned to us, right? Our sex is a biological thing. Like whether it's our genotypic or phenotypic sex, that's biological. Our gender, though, has traditionally been assigned to us based off of our sex because it's just how the world has done it for so long. But what's the problem with expanding our understanding on these topics? For instance, we're bridging this gap that has existed for a long time between people whose gender identity didn't match their sex and people whose did. And now that science and sociology has finally caught up to this and we're expanding these categories, I don't think it costs cis women anything. They still have all of their spaces, they still have everything that makes them a woman. They haven't lost anything by adding another group of people to the category.
Of course, I mean, of course, you're not losing nothing from the category, but obviously, you could put it like this: if this was so, if this was so, how you put it? Mm, because in this case, in that case, this would have been taught in school. I mean, that's why it's getting pushed now, because it wasn't something that was paid attention to, because
Well,
everybody should know back then
mhm.
that it was either a male or a female. It was
so
that
so
simple.
two
as far
two
as
I
far
have
as a transitioning person, that you're
uh-huh.
transitioning into a different gender. So I mean, well, you're trying to transition your sex, because that's when you transition, you're trying to
Mhm.
transition into a different sex that you believe. Well, if we want to go to gender dysphoria, they did say, if you look at the study, gender dysphoria is a mental illness. So
Wait, okay,
that's
so hold on. There's a few things
based
you
off your
said there
own
that I want to
perception.
Yeah, there's a few things you said there that I want to dive into. So first of all, you
Hmm.
mentioned it being taught in schools. Well, I would just argue the reason we haven't taught it in schools is you typically don't learn sociology in high school. Like you really don't start learning
Uh-huh.
sociology until college. Like the sociology, like the type of class that's going to teach these things, you're not really learning that until college, right? Um,
Hmm.
high school will teach you basic level biology, but the thing is, we're only teaching you the basics. And at basic level, right, it's that male and female,
Hmm.
boy and girl, right? That's like elementary school so that kids can understand whatever. But that understanding evolves, right? There's a reason why we don't teach kids advanced level algebra, but we teach them 2 plus 2 equals 4. So they now have the building blocks to add on to that knowledge as they grow up, which I would argue is
Hmm.
the same thing that we do. We teach them like there's male and female, there's boy and girl, and then they'll have the
Hmm.
building blocks when they're ready to learn the more advanced stuff, such as gender identity, how gender identity is affected by neurology, how gray and white matter in the brain affect your gender identity, how all of these things
Hmm.
come together. Right? Those are just too advanced to be taught at a primary school level. The other thing you said is you did describe gender dysphoria as a mental illness. I would disagree with that classification because the American Psychiatric Association, the people that came up with the diagnosis, they don't specify gender dysphoria as a mental illness. They did put it in the DSM-5 so that they could better get treatment for people with gender dysphoria. But I would say it I mean, if you want to call it like a mental disorder, I mean, I think that's fair. I understand people's wanting the use of the word mental illness, but I think mental illness has a weird connotation that doesn't really fit with what gender dysphoria is. And then the last thing that you had mentioned was about transitioning. I just want to let you know transitioning doesn't mean you're turning from one gender to the other. It just means you're transitioning the phenotype, like you're transitioning by adjusting the phenotypic expression of your gender, right? So you can have somebody who is trans who never undergoes medical transitioning, for example, right?
But
They would still be
that
trans.
that would kind of take the whole point of being trans. I mean, if you
Well,
really
no,
want to look
because
at the
trans doesn't mean transition. It's not shorthand for transition. It's shorthand for transgender. And transgender just means that you have a gender that does not align with your sex. That's all it means. So it's just not what the word
no,
trans
I
means.
didn't say transgender. I said a trans woman,
Hmm.
which is transitioning
No, it just
to a
means you are a
different
woman who is transgender.
trans. trans hold on. What is trans? A trans woman is a woman who was assigned a male at birth. Trans women have a female gender identity and may experience gender dysphoria. Gender dysphoria is distress caused by the difference between a person's gender identity and their sex assigned at birth. Some transgender people don't identify with one gender exclusively. Some transgender people identify as neither male or female, or a combination of male and female. For example, a transgender man is a person who was assigned the female sex at birth but identify as a man. They got
Yeah,
more, but I ain't trying to do all that. But I mean, it's just,
that's
I
yeah, but
mean,
that's essentially what I just said. There's somebody whose gender does not align with the sex that their
but that
sex.
no, but that, no, that's the way they think. That's not a fact.
Well, gender
Just because you,
identity
it's like okay,
is
for
in your
example,
brain. Gender identity is in your brain.
exactly,
It,
exactly,
but wait, that still
exactly.
makes it a factual thing because as I said before, we can
No, no,
see when
it's not a fact. It's a feeling. Just because I
wait
okay, just
fact
for
feel
example,
wait how I
if I
feel
feel
is
some
a
way that I'm
fact, right? If I go see a movie and the movie made me
hold
feel
on,
good, it is a factual thing that movie made me that I felt good while watching that movie. That is a factual
okay,
thing.
so okay, I'm gonna make sure. No, okay, okay, so if I feel like something, does that make me something?
Yes, there are a lot of instances where we do this, right? For instance, if I feel nice, it might make me nice. Or here's an even better one. Let's take the word friend. The word friend has an objective meaning to it. But what I feel a friend is and what you feel a friend is could be two completely different things. So somebody that you feel is your friend, I may not feel like that criteria, it may would make them my friend, but that doesn't mean that they're not your friend, right? I can't make that claim for them for you that they are your friend or not. Only you can decide that, and it's an internal feeling.
Okay, I know you're gonna say that. Upon occasion, every now and then, some people get a feeling it isn't real. They may think that that's real. It may feel very real, and they may truly believe it's real. But it's just a feeling. It is crucial to remember that. As important in emotions are feelings, feelings aren't facts.
Wait, I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
I know I get what you're saying, but I'm still trying to say just because I feel some type of way, that don't always mean that that's the right way. Just because I feel like something, like okay, say for instance, just because I feel like a girl doesn't make me a girl.
No, what would make you a girl is a gender identity that aligns with your schema on
No,
the female
that don't
sex.
make me that don't make me that either. That just me trying to identify as something that
But
I'm
wait,
not.
girl, woman, boy, man, these are identities. That's what they are. So yes, your feelings are what's important here, right? Because they are identities. If they were, this is why I say you can't it's different than sex, right? Sex is a biological thing. Sex is something that happens to your body, but gender is an identity. You have to
I know that.
identify as it. And identities are strictly feeling based. All identities are strictly feeling based.
I know that.
So then I don't
I'm not.
understand what
I'm
you.
not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking that. I don't know that. I'm well acquainted with that.
So then when you made the claim that it's not fact because it's our feeling, that doesn't make sense. When what we're talking
Me,
about is
okay,
something that's feeling
okay, hold on.
based.
I don't think you get. I'm not. I don't think you get what I'm saying. Okay, so you said for the title, you said, "What do you lose by calling a trans woman a woman?" Right? And then I said, not what I first said, but I'm saying just because I feel like I'm calling somebody that doesn't make them that.
Okay, so then how would you define woman?
Let me look it up. Let me say it better, cause I couldn't, cause you said you said some women don't have ovaries. I mean, sometimes, of course, they have. You have problems while I'm gonna put it like this: every woman and every man don't always have a complete 100% type of makeup when they are born. Sometimes they have genetic problems and stuff like that as well. But if you want to go as what is a woman, well, we're gonna say what is a female because they was born at birth as a female. I'm gonna just say what does females have and a male doesn't have. What does female
Well, wait, wait, wait,
organ?
wait, wait. So are you again? Are you saying that women can only be female?
No.
Okay, so that I'm not worried
Well,
about what a female
okay,
is.
okay. Just think about evolution, right? Female, then woman. Like female, then teens, then woman. So that's as an evolution. Is they're still the same thing. Is that is like a grown up a version of it. Meaning a woman is somebody that's plus 18. Female is somebody that's under 18. It's not like really different. It's just that they're grown now. That's just the only difference. That's literally the
No,
only difference.
no. Females would just be your sex. Woman and girl would be your gender. Woman and girl would be the thing relative to age, not your sex.
What what is what the yeah. Let's see what it is the man. The 46 has two chromosomes in the ovaries of the woman, but has external genitalia that appears to be male. This type is usually caused by excessive exposure of the female feces to make hormones in the womb. I mean that basic science you don't have to do like this is really basic. I mean the basic stuff you don't have to not not know what a man and a woman is without just looking at their genetic makeup. It's
But
really not that hard. I don't think you'll need Albert Einstein to figure that out based off the stuff we was learned that we was taught. I mean, that we was taught in high school, just based off what a male reproductive system have. You know,
You're,
we a
yeah,
woman,
what's up?
a female
hey yo,
reproductive.
why somebody with a profile with no picture on it, no nothing, send me a, oh, I didn't know you were live, my bad. Cause I just looked and I didn't see you live. Did you just recently restart?
No, I've been live for
Oh,
hour and a half.
said you made Jovan the house bitch or
Oh,
something.
they came into my Twitch to say that too, and we just banned them.
Oh, okay. For what the fuck was that about?
I don't fucking know. Somebody butthurt, I guess. We banned them.
Yeah, that shit was so mad weird.
But yeah, PJ, I still think you just don't have a comprehensive understanding of what man and women are.
Did you do that video yet?
Oh, not yet. I fell asleep. I'll do it before I go to bed tonight.
Alright.
So yeah.
I know the difference between what you're saying as far as gender, but the gender was also connected with the sex
Yes,
that
but
you
you
were
keep
born.
trying
Well,
to.
hold on. Yeah, but the sex you was born with. That's why they got a thing called a man and a woman. It was connected due to the sex that you were born with.
The problem is you keep trying to equate these things, right? You
But
keep
that's
trying
the
to.
truth.
No, but when I say equate, I mean you keep trying to make them the same thing when they're not. They are just two things that have a linking in our brain.
What? Wait,
Yes.
that don't. Okay, hold on. Wait, that don't even make sense.
I've already
Okay, hold
explained
on.
it.
Wait, I looked it up for you, so I could just
Well,
go by
but
based off the
before you do that,
definition.
somebody did pay to boot you, so I'm going to move on. So shout out to Jennifer for the Cash App. Um, but yeah, that was a 25-minute conversation. We were just going in circles at the end anyway.